Today I want to show you how to get started using BeetleBlocks to create a 3D object in code that we can print on the 3D printer. So here I am at BeetleBlocks.com, and this is the opening page, and it says Visual Code for 3D Design, Code with Blocks, Create 3D, and then Make It. You can look at some examples of the BeetleBlocks team favorites down below, but right now we're just going to start and launch right off. We're going to go up to here where it says Run BeetleBlocks, and we're going to launch the BeetleBlocks editor. Here we are in the BeetleBlocks editor, and it has on the left side, it has some block code. It looks a lot like Scratch or Snap. In the middle, it has your work area where your code will go, and on the right side, it has the Beetle and what it'll look like when you've put your code and launched it. So the very first thing we want to do is go up to the control blocks, which are these black ones, and put out a block in our work area that says when the green flag is clicked. This will be how we launch. All the code will run when we click the green flag. If we have stuff on the screen, we'll probably want it to go away, so we'll use the reset code right after. So once we click the green flag over on the right, everything we've had on the screen will clear and we'll be able to start fresh. And the Beetle will be back at its home position at x is equals 0, y equals 0, and z equals 0. The next thing we do is we should add just a simple shape. If you go over to the Shapes block, code, these are these teal colored ones. You can add a cube of a dimension that you specify, a cuboid, a sphere, and a whole bunch of other different things. So let's start with a cube. We're going to pull that code right over there and snap it together under the reset. So when I click the green flag, a cube of dimensions 0.5 will be drawn on the screen. Let's test it out. And there it is, a little tiny cube that is drawn around the Beetle. BeetleBlocks units are in millimeters, so what we have just drawn is a 0.5 millimeter sized cube, which is a very tiny cube. So let's go back here and make a bigger cube. So I'm going to change whatever in this white box. I'm going to make it 10. So now I want to draw a 10 millimeter cube, and if I hit the green flag and reset the camera, I can see that I've drawn a bigger cube. It looks huge, but it is really only a 10 millimeter cube. We can download that and print it, and we'd have a nice little artifact that is a cube of 10 by 10 by 10 millimeters. Well, cubes are interesting maybe the first time, but perhaps we want to make a ring that we can actually wear, a piece of jewelry. So to do that, we are not going to make the cube anymore. We're going to need to make a tube. And here's the tube block, and we're going to put that in there. And we're going to make a tube, and we can specify the outer dimensions, the inner dimensions, and how, the first one, L, how long it is. So here we have a 2 millimeters long, 1 millimeter for the outer dimensions, and a 0.5 millimeter for the inner dimensions. If I just click the green flag, there I have a little tiny tube. So what to do if I want to make a ring? If I want to make a ring, I'm going to need to measure my finger diameter, and I happen to know that mine is, that I've used with calipers, is about 20 millimeters in diameter, and I want it to be maybe 3 millimeters thick, so I'm going to have to add 3 on either side, so the outer side is going to be 3 plus 20, which is 26. Now let's see if I draw that. There we have a ring with the inner diameter of 20 millimeters and the outer diameter of 26 millimeters. So 3 millimeters on the left is the thickness of the ring on both sides, and it's a 2 millimeter wide ring. That looks like it's ready for printing. So I can go up to the Save New File button here, and I can download my model as an STL, send it to the printer, and I can print this. And that's all there is to creating some artifact in BeetleBlocks that we can print and show. Thank you.